I always kind of felt bad for Captain Hook. I mean, not only did he get his hand cut off by a kid and fed to a crocodile, but then he had to go and buy a hook from a secondhand store. Hey folks, welcome back to This Week in History, brought to you by our sponsors, Steve Stevens, Clayton Jaimes, the Hayes family, Patrick Freeman, and Mark Penn-Griffin. We appreciate the support from y'all, and we appreciate support from all of you, so go ahead and like this video, or subscribe if you haven't already. Anywho, let's get to it. On March 27th, 1309, Pope Clement V excommunicated and proclaimed interdiction on Venice. Yeah, the whole population, as well as a prohibition on all commerce with them. This was done because of conflict over control of the province of Ferrara, with Clement going so far as to call for a crusade against Venice and for any Venetians captured abroad to be sold into slavery. Considering that Clement was the pope who had all the Knights Templars captured and put on trial, and he moved the papacy to Avignon, yeah, this one kind of flies under the radar. On March 28th at 193, the Praetorian Guard auctioned off the throne of Rome to Didius Julianus, the second emperor in the year of the 5 emperors, after they had assassinated the previous emperor, Pertinax. Julianus would rule for 66 whole days before, you guessed it, being executed by his own guards. In 1854, France and Britain declared war on Russia, officially siding with the Ottoman Empire and Sardinia in the Crimean War. Russia's eventual defeat had quite a few far-reaching consequences, one of which was the decision to sell Alaska to the United States. On March 29th at 1461, Edward of York defeated Queen Margaret to become Edward IV of England at the Battle of Towton, believed by many to be the largest and bloodiest battle fought on British soil. An estimated 50 to 60,000 men fought in a snowstorm, but afterward there was like a 6-year lull in the Wars of the Roses, so yeah, it was kind of a trade-off. On March 30th at 1296, Edward I sacked Berwick, seen as the first battle in the First War of Scottish Independence. Yeah, that's the one with William Wallace and Robert the Bruce. On March 31st in 307, Emperor Constantine married Fausta, who would be empress for about 19 years before being executed by her husband, supposedly by being boiled alive. We're not totally sure why she was killed, but considering Constantine's son from a previous marriage was also executed around the same time, and there are accounts that claimed it was for adultery between the two, it seems quite possible that she was caught hooking up with her stepson. In 2012, my niece Lauren was born, so happy birthday, Lauren. I hope it's a great one. On April 1st in 33, according to several accounts, the Last Supper of Jesus Christ took place. In 1789, the U.S. House of Representatives elected Frederick Muhlenberg as the first Speaker of the House in New York City. On April 2nd, 1801, as a preemptive measure because the British were worried that the Danes might side with the French during the French Revolutionary Wars, the British captured the Danish fleet, which was anchored not far from Copenhagen. The British ended up capturing 12 ships, 11 of which they intentionally destroyed due to not wanting to spread their men too thin. And that's just gonna about do it for this week, but we'll see you back here next week. Same squirrel time, same squirrel channel. Be happy, be healthy, and y'all come back now, you hear?